What's up, YouTube, and welcome to my civilization overview for Sushi's Legacy. Sushi Legacy, Zuchi's Legacy, it could be called a lot of goofy things. We might just call it Sushi Legacy here today. This is the variant for the Chinese civilization from Age of Empires 4, which is one of the more complicated civilizations. So I will be talking through the basics of what you need to know, and perhaps maybe you haven't even played China before. Don't worry about it. I'm going to be breaking down this for you. We're going to be going through all of the units, buildings, text, dynasties, and there's a lot of unique stuff to unpack with this civilization. So hope you join me for the rest. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I've got civilization overviews for every single civilization going up. I'm going to be posting build order guides, and I'm going to be hosting the very first show match for the Sultans Ascend expansion. It's going to be between Beastie Cutie and Puppy Paw this Saturday on my Twitch channel. So come check it out and join my Discord below, where I've got channels for all the civilizations, and I'll be posting some of my build order guides. Let's get into this civilization. Okay, so a lot of their bonuses, of course, are very similar to China, but there's some tweaks to things. Probably the biggest difference being all of the dynasties have changed. So I'll actually post a screenshot of all of this in the Discord so you can read it yourself, and if you just want to check in on that. But the differences are going to be this, okay? So Tang Dynasty, your landmarks are going to be 15% less to construct. And I did test this. So if you actually don't go for Song Dynasty, right? So I can, we'll show you right now. If I build my landmark right now, so let's go with the Jingnang Tower, right? That was cheaper, okay? So that was 340 food and 170 gold. Watch this. If I don't get my dynasty, right? You could build another landmark to unlock the dynasty. If I don't, going to Castle Age is cheaper. So if you're trying some kind of fast castle or maybe even fast imperial strategy, something to consider with this change in how the Tang Dynasty is going to work, okay? So that's the Tang Dynasty. Song Dynasty, your non-military buildings cost 40% less wood. So that's going to be your houses. Anything non-military is going to be costing less wood. Yuan Dynasty, all unit costs are 10% less resources to produce. And then you get your pagoda, of course, granary, same buildings as usual. And then in the Ming Dynasty, the damage of your units are going to be increased by 15%. So a very good bonus to have in the later stages of the game. And maybe if you weren't sure how to unlock these bonuses, essentially with China, you can build each landmark. Basically, you can build every landmark. So in every age, you can build them twice. So look at this. I can build my H2 landmark again, right? And there we go. Now we've got both, and now it will move me into the Song Dynasty. But as you'll see, now I don't have that landmarks being cheaper, right? So you keep the buildings, but you don't keep the bonuses, okay? So I'll show you now my H3 landmark is going to cost the typical cost there, okay? Speaking of which, let's take a look at these two landmarks we just plopped down here. So the first one here, this was the Jingnang Tower, and it acts as a tax drop-off for imperial officials. Now, you'll notice you can't train imperial officials here, which you typically are able to, right? With your Imperial Academy with China. A little different. It's a drop-off point. You receive a free unit at the tower whenever a barracks, archery range, or stable is completed. You get a free villager when the town center is completed. So if I build a barracks right now, you'll see a free unit will pop out. So that's basically how that landmark works in a nutshell. Here's your imperial official, as you're used to seeing, 100 food, 50 gold, training down your town center. Nothing really different there as far as what you can train in your town center. Other landmark, you've got the meditation gardens. Now, the meditation gardens, it generates resources depending on the type of resources nearby. So you see this aura here is touching a little bit of gold, actually 2 bits of gold, a little bit of stone. So you can see it's actually getting 30 stone, 60 gold, 2 wood, because I only have 2 trees here. So when you place this landmark down, you want to try to set it near a big concentration of resources, because it's going to give you a passive trickle for the rest of the game. So enemy units, and then the other thing is, when enemy units get close, it doesn't generate. It reduces the rates at which resources are generated. So if you want to stop somebody from getting free resources from this, you want to camp it out, or put some pressure on them. But that's how that's going to work. You'll notice there's no faster training villagers with this civ. So I really do feel like there could be some opportunities for some fast castle by keeping the Tang Dynasty, as I mentioned. You also, by the way, I know we are in the second age here. You get access to the early palace guard. So this is the man-at-arms, right, for Sushi's Legacy. And this is going to be available in the second age. You typically unlock this in the castle age and with your dynasties, right? But you just get it right in age 2. Now, a big difference you will note in your archery range here, you don't have access to archers, but you've got Zugnu unlocked right out of the gate, which is a very good unit. But what you should know, if you didn't already, archers have faster movement speed. So since you don't have access to that archer, you've got to be really careful moving out on the map, right? Because he's going to be slower, and you're not going to be able to chase down spearmen with your archers, etc., right? So this is really going to change their matchup for a lot of civilizations that maybe you want to train archers. So you've got archers, crossbows, and then you don't need the dynasty for it. You get grenadier when you get to age 4, so that's going to be automatically unlocked. So that's going to be kind of your archer range unit roster. Let's throw that in our stable so you can see what's available there. There's 2 unique units, and they're not just unlocked by a dynasty, they're actually unlocked at a landmark, and they're a tech you're going to choose. So I'm going to come back to this, talk about it, because it's kind of a little bit confusing on how to unlock this Yuan Raider and the Imperial Guard. Okay, but other than that, you've got your Lancer, Horseman, Scout, your typical stuff. Okay, so we're in the second age. If you didn't already know, you've got the village as a unique unit, increases your pop by 40 instead of just 10. It's a unique house for China and for Sushi's Legacy. And then remember that because of this landmark, if I build a town center, it'll also give me a villager. So there we go. We got a free villager. So pretty cool. That's going to be it. Let's go on up to the castle age and look at our options here. So unique monastery is capable of producing Shaolin monks. These things everything up. They are really, really strong, and they don't have an infantry tag. They can't heal, they can heal themselves, but they can't heal other units. So it's kind of like a unique fighting monk you have. For the Yuan Dynasty onwards, Shaolin monks then can be produced at pagoda, so it becomes part of your core roster essentially, if you want to, after you've reached the Yuan Dynasty. On the other hand, Mountain Blue Academy, Imperial officials collect taxes twice as often, and also collect 20% of taxes as food. So you get more taxes, more gold from Imperial officials, but you're also going to get some of that gold back as food. And it contains unique upgrades that greatly improve the Imperial official unit. So let's start with the Shaolin Monastery. I'll show you that. And if you didn't know what the Imperial official does, that's okay. Maybe you're new. You can supervise buildings. So you can supervise a barracks, and it will have faster output. So here, I'll turn this off so you can see the real speed. You can produce a spearman at 6 seconds. If I stop supervising, you see it goes up to 15 seconds. So you can increase the output, or if you supervise economic buildings, it makes it so that they will drop off 20% more resources. So you actually use it as an economic bonus to get additional resources. And then over time, these buildings generate tax, you get gold from them. Okay, it's a little bit complicated, but just in case you haven't played China before, you want to mess around with the Imperial official. You basically supervise buildings, get additional resources, additional output, or you get taxes. Okay, so the Shaolin Monastery, let's take a look at these monks. So the cost of these is going to be 200 food. Okay, so 200 food. Only got food. Pretty cool. And take a look at these guys. Look at their stats. 15 damage. Their bow staff does 15 damage. And they've got 2 armor, 2 ranged armor, 2 melee armor. And Shaolin Monk regains health when out of combat. So they are a fighting force. You're going to see them on the front lines. You'll see them going for raids. These things are awesome. And they can also pick up relics. But the one thing to note is they are unable to heal other units. So unlike, your traditional monks or scholars, whatever it might be, they only heal themselves. So something to be aware of with a Shaolin monk. Okay? And then our other option, of course, we'll unlock the Yuan Dynasty here, is you get the Mount Lu Academy. Okay, so this one, it's got some unique tech, so let's check this out. Remember, Imperial officials basically get tax bonuses with this. Okay, so first one, Imperial officials going to move 50% faster. So now watch this guy. Oh, he's sprinting. Look at that tax man go, right? So they're going to move faster. I really like this one. Supervision by Imperial officials improved from 150% to 300%. Watch this, okay? So I just want to show you the typical. So let's look at, say, a Zugnu. Usually takes, before I supervise it, it takes 15 seconds, right? Okay, I supervise, it's going to be down to 6 seconds. If I get this upgrade, watch this. Now, it takes 6 seconds. 6 seconds. Look how quickly I can get Spearman in 4 seconds with that supervision. So absolutely crazy ability as far as that goes. Now, Military Affairs Bureau. Imperial officials can now supervise keeps and outposts to reduce damage taken by 35%. So you can stand behind a keep, supervise it, and that's going to help you keep that keep alive. And the last one, Imperial official limit increased by +2, and it gives you an Imperial official when you get it. Okay, so if you didn't know, like I actually didn't see like a cap number anywhere in the UI. Okay, but the typical out of the gate cap here. Well, let's see if we get our. I guess now that we have that upgrade, you'll see all of them. And oh, I didn't have a house, so let's go ahead and drop a house here. There you go. Okay, so you can have a total of 6 Imperial officials. It's 4 Imperial officials before you get that, okay? So those are gonna be all your upgrades in this age. I'll show you the blacksmith just so you know that, there really isn't anything unique there, nothing unique at the mill. It's just your typical upgrades. They do get their gunpowder upgrade for free when you start the game, so, that's a typical thing for the civilization. There's that early palace guard, that takes place of your, or that you're able to get in the second age. And then here's the pagoda. It's just going to be like your typical monastery. There you go. You can get your Shaolin monk, and you can, of course, garrison relics, and it's going to produce food, wood, gold, stone, just like China does. Okay, let's move on up, and I'll go build a dock just to show you this. Let's move on up to the Imperial Age. Okay, Imperial Age. You've got the Temple of the Sun. Activate powerful abilities that improve speed, damage, range, or regeneration of specific units. So what does that mean? Let's take a look. Okay, so here's that Temple of the Sun. You've got these toggles. So you can move this toggle around, and it's going to give you different bonuses. The first one, infantry move 15% faster. Okay, so you used to get that from a dynasty bonus, right? But now you're getting it from, there you go, 15% faster there. You can change it to gunpowder units and defensive structures, gain additional range. Now your keep can shoot far, your town centers can shoot further. Pretty cool. And it's your gunpowder unit, so that's going to be your hand cannons. That's going to be your bombards, right? You can go to Divine Charge. Cav units now deal plus 20% damage. So a big buff to your Cav, and you have some unique Cav units, so I'll be showing you here in just a moment. And then Divine Vitality units out of combat here heal 2 health per second. So your whole civilization can heal. That is pretty cool. That's going to be the Temple of the Sun. And then your other option, remember, I'm about to unlock the 15% extra bonus damage with the Ming Dynasty, right? When I build this next one. Let's go ahead. Nope, go away. Here we go. Age 4. Where is it? Okay, that is the landmark. There it is. Okay, so this is going to be Sushi's library. So pay close attention here. You have to choose. You could only choose 2 technologies. So unlike Pokemon, you can't catch them all. You gotta choose the 2 you want. And if you don't choose wisely, you're not gonna get those cool Cav units that maybe you've been wanting to train as you've been aging up, okay? Let's go through these. Roar the Dragon. Spearmen and Horsemen gain a Fire Lance when charging. So that's Horsemen and Spearmen. It's basically turns your Horseman Spirit into Fire Lancers. Isn't that crazy? 700 gold, 300 food. That's one option you can get. 10,000 bolts. Zugnu and crossbowmen fire an extra bolt. So going to be a good range upgrade. Dynastic Protectors allows protection of unique Cav units, the Imperial Guard, allows production of those Cav units, the Imperial Guard and the Yuan Raider. So I'll go for that so you can see those units because they're pretty cool. Advanced Administration. Imperial officials gain additional health. Their maximum gold carry is increased by 8, and the limit is increased by another additional 2. Because remember, you get, additional supervision you can do. You can get more of these out there. As you get to pop max, do you really want to be running around with 8 of these late in the game? Perhaps to supervise some buildings, but I don't know. That's going to be up to you, right? And then lastly, you got the Cloud of Terror. Adds area of effect damage to bombards. So pretty much makes them like great bombards. You get area of effect on your bombards. Let's go check those new Cav units out. Okay, so we've got Yuan Raider. 80 food, 20 wood, and 20 gold. There it is. Check that out. Extremely swift light Cav, which deals bonus damage to economic units. What a weird thing, but it's basically going to be good against villagers, right? It's really fast. Weak in melee combat, countered by spearmen. So this is basically a raider unit you're going to want. Okay, you can see the stats on this thing. There you can see, and it's got additional speed right now because of the landmarks, but it gets +5 versus worker. So these are going to be good raiding units to use late in the game, and they're pretty cheap. Then you have the Imperial Guard. Now, these are the big boy. Look at the Lancer compared to Imperial Guard. This costs another 40 gold, okay? Expensive cav with high damage and a powerful charge attack. Effective against most units. So, if we look at this, let's compare this actually to our, we'll upgrade our Lancer, okay? So you look at 270 for the Lancer for HP, 350 for the Imperial Guard. I haven't upgraded any base stats. 5 and 5 for ranged and melee armor. 6 and 6 for the Imperial Guard. Look at the base damage. 40 damage right now. Now I'm getting some extra damage because of the dynasty, right? Over here, 29 damage. It is an absolute hoss. Look at this thing. So, I mean, having a super strong Age 4 cav unit can be cool. Now it is very gold intensive, 140 gold. If you're making a lot of these, that's gonna chew through your reserves. Not a cheap unit. So, you know, is it gonna pay off depending on if they've got a bunch of crossbows or hand cannoneers? You can make that decision. But these units are just super cool to add into your roster. So remember, you can only unlock that if you choose it here at Sushi's Library. Okay? With that, folks, that's going to be everything that we have for the civilization. Let's show you that. We'll show you the dock just to show you. Warships fire a nest of bees, so you can get this thunderclap bomb. So that's pretty cool. I think that's the only unique tech for them. Yeah, and I do believe we look at the tech tree that their fishing boats. They get a fishing bonus. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. I think they get it. Wood cost of non-ability, docks unlocked, Ming Chinese. I believe, there it is. Villagers construct defenses stuff. Docks work 20% faster. Okay, so their docks work 20% faster. So that's going to be a bonus for them. So with that, guys, that's my civilization overview for Sushi's Legacy. Very similar to China. I hope you enjoyed this. Be on the lookout. I'll be making strategy guides for all of these in my Discord. You can join, link below in the description, and check out some of my other civilization overviews. And be on the lookout for that show match I'll be hosting over on my Twitch TV, twitch.tv/FitzBro. I might be live right now when you're watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.